I'm convinced he just goes through life absolutely confused as to everything that's going on around him. He just, like, turns up at a place and is like, alright, so we're doing this now?
Are we taking the bikes back? Where are we going?
So it's at this point that COVID hit?
Because what's the point of capturing your adventures on camera? Whoa, did you get that on camera? If you can't relive your favorite memories once in a while.
I remember that, the Reinhurst episode, holy shit.
I mean, we were on our way to Italy and Croatia and all these places, and I got the call that we weren't going anywhere. So, you know,
that must have really sucked.
I miss it. I miss packing my little bag. I miss it. I hope we get back to it soon.
And that would have been filmed, what, a year ago?
What does it take to be a good co-writer?
Somebody that wants to have fun.
Someone that's a little bit nuts and has a few screws missing or a few screws loose. He's probably my favourite guest we've had so far. I adored that episode.
I had a big wish list of guests. And miss it. Hey.
It's gonna be interesting to hear who his like dream list was.
Start the series with Peter Fonda. I was super excited. I'm taking a ride with Peter Fonda. This is like it's like a dream come true. He's an icon. Easy Rider is one of those movies that every motorcycle rider ever.
That's so weird because I remember the day I watched that first episode for the first time. Holy shit! Oh yeah, there was that the episode with the really long, yeah, the really long bridge. It seems to stretch on forever. I remember that.
I didn't have any big expectations, really. I just wanted to hang out with him.
This is illegal.
Oh, that's so cute. I just wanted to hang out with him.
You know, just sort of be around it. I really, really miss him. I really like that guy a lot. Yeah, too good, dude.
At least you got to spend time with him and get to know him. This, oh my god, they filmed this the weekend of Walking Dead convention in London that I went to.
Hi, buddy.
So good to be back. And I've seen the pictures of the rocks, you know, but that's about it.
I've seen the pictures of the rocks.
Which was not exactly what I thought it was going to be.
Okay, no, yeah. It wasn't the weekend of the Walking Dead convention, but it was around that time when the whole cast was over here. God, that's a while back. That's like 4 years ago, 5 years ago.
It's like seeing the
Shit.
Like, this is when the spaceship came down right here.
Norman in the background mumbling about aliens.
There it comes. Come on.
Was that Jeffrey groaning because he was pulling the rock? He sounded like a fucking velociraptor. Doesn't he go to Scotland with Melissa as well? Sometime, either that year or the year after.
Jeeves, chappie, to come here and see if we can get a nice cup of
I miss Andy so fucking much. Such a wonderful, weird little man.
On Walking Dead, and I had sent Ian an email saying, hey, we're coming to England, we'd love to have you on Ride. But I didn't mention it to Andy on purpose, because I'll be there if you want me to be on the show. And I was like, no, it's good, I just want Ian.
I just want Ian. Andy must have been like crying into the phone like, Jesus, okay.
Please be on the show.
Sounds like you and Andy have a pretty playful relationship.
Don't overdo the crumpets, lads.
I stand by it, it's so strange. Seeing Negan, Rick Grimes and Daryl Dixon have a tea party is still one of the wildest things this show gave us. This is cute, going back and like visiting the kind of high points of the show. It's a really good idea. And it's really sweet as well to get to see all the best parts.
I pulled up in front of Andy like,
Such a fucking asshole. You think Andy would know better? Andy should be like on guard every time he's around Norman.
Norman! And I turn around and Dave's there across the street. He goes, it's Dave Chappelle.
Can you imagine being famous and being able to just call out other famous people's names? And you kind of know each other before you get to know each other? That must be so weird.
You're my favorite. Hell yeah.
Like, I mean, super smart, super loving, super friendly.
Super hot. Someone had to say it, okay? And it wasn't going to be Norman.
we finding a way to get the point across, and every once in a while stepping over the line.
To take something that's uncomfortable where you can laugh about it really like opens the door to like have conversation, and I always admired comedians.
This is a good episode, dude. You're fun.
Norman's like, I'll take a fucking nap, babes.
I was like, yo, I gotta be on that show. Just the idea of it.
It's a great concept. Imagine driving your car and you see Dave Chappelle and Norman Reedus lying down under a bridge. I'd be like, have I accidentally dropped acid?
To be able to ride with him and see the world through his eyes for a little bit was really, really fun.
I think that's the thing about the show that I like, is you get to see so many different people's perspectives on life. And like, they're all doing the same thing. Everybody on this show, you're on a bike, you're going, doing touristy stuff around the place. But it's the different personalities and the different kind of kicks and the different outlooks and stuff that make it what it is.
They all have their moments.
And it's odd, because Norman is quite shy. He's really fucking weird, but he strikes me as quite a shy person. So for him to do a show like this, I don't know, I would have never really pinned him for something like this, you know what I mean?
Good to see you.
He's so tall. I'm sure he gets that all the time, and I hate saying things like that because...
He had a dead guy's face on his face, and he was trying to kill it.
Beta, what a boss. I get the same like 3 comments all the time. You're so pale, you swear a lot, and you're so Irish. Those are the 3 comments I get all the time. So like, the first thing that comes into your head when you look at someone, don't fucking say it, because I'm sure they hear it all the time.
Between Tokyo and outside of Tokyo.
Oh yeah, that was a wild episode.
Are we on acid right now?
That captured what it's like to live in Tokyo, which I've done.
I forgot about half of this shit, and it's funny because like, the idea of doing a kind of look back episode or a greatest hits or a best of episode is kind of, it doesn't seem that great, but then when you see it, you see how much they've actually done on the show, and it's crazy.
And the guy came out and blessed our motorcycles.
Thank you so much.
For free. You know, you're like my brother.
Yeah, bro.
And we used to fight like brothers.
Oh, yeah. I know. Oh, yeah. Throw each other through tables and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Good times,
Did
man.
that at pianos, bro.
We did it several places as well.
Remember when I put you through a table? Good times, man.
He was
Love
kind
you.
of in a slump. His wife was just like, go visit Norman, go have fun.
That I have relatives in Aberdeen. When you get a hit, it's like, oh, this is so exciting. It's like uncovering a mystery. I'm here.
I remember
to
this
be
one,
a
yeah.
historian.
Able to take that trip with her, it meant a lot.
That whole episode and trip had a completely different vibe, and I loved it.
But the weather was not happening.
Your roots right here, girl.
But it didn't feel like it mattered on that trip.
And I love that he what's the word I'm looking for? He took her into consideration. Like, instead of going on bikes, he was like, we'll get a car. It's okay, we'll get a car. Because it's raining and it's cold. And Melissa's here. So we'll rent a Jeep.
Sorry.
Just like on Walking Dead, when Melissa cries, I cried.
We found it.
That is so beautiful. Everyone needs a friendship and a love like that in your life.
It meant a lot to her.
That's
so
gorgeous.
It meant a lot to me.
Oh, stop making me love you even more than I
That
do.
was one of my...
Your bikes are beautiful out there.
I loved them.
Can you do some tricks for us?
Yes, anything got to do with badass women, I'm like, yes, we like. Norman is just transfixed. This shit's amazing me just as much as it did the first time I saw it. Holy fucking shit.
girls on these bikes on the show, and they're very inspiring women.
I think the most incredible thing about your story is like the attitudes that were around at the time. They were actually quite derogatory towards
Yeah,
you for
and it
even
still is
saying
to
that
this
you
day,
wouldn't do it.
you know, in certain parts of the world. So like that, the women that are out there tearing up the fucking roads, trailblazing for others to follow. It matters so much.
A great way to see the world.
This bike is a beast right there. That's yours?
That's mine. That's Lucinda.
I like the bikes that have the very high handlebars, because you just look like such a dapper little fucker going down the streets on them.
I love it as much as I did. Not just the bike, just the whole culture of House of Pain. I was right before the concert started. They were rolling dice right there, and Be Real took like $3,000 off everybody.
And they had a Boondock Saints poster on the wall. So I was like,
Oh, that's so cute. He's like, I'm in that.
Dude, how much did you listen to Judas Priest as a kid? Well, you're a lot older than me, but I did listen.
Burn.
I used to be
Like, I wonder how much footage does he have that they don't use, that they don't air, because that could be a pretty cool idea for an episode 2, to air a load of footage that you never did before.
The bells of metal. This show, and this is great character, and he wears this item of clothing that's become a
That's
really
so, you
important
can see Norman is
part
like
of his
frozen up completely,
personality.
because he knows where
So
this is
that
going.
was my inspiration. My inspiration.
It is the greatest thing I've ever heard.
That is so cute. Holy shit.
there's few things that
Now that is just guys being dudes in the best fucking way. I'm so here for that.
Wear my angel wings on his jacket on tour is one of those things.
It's worse.
And then you get a strange little texture.
Yeah. Let's have another bite. See if you can taste the certain.
How did she not cop on to the fact that he wasn't eating anything?
Yeah, I lied.
Each individual.
The lack of remorse. Yeah, I lied.
Maybe you mix it with the sauces.
Beauty that Texas offers. Some of these flowers will drop you to your knees.
Sean Patrick Flannery?
Sean Patrick Flannery and I did an episode where we go through Texas, and he's from Texas.
I'm going with Rita Steen.
I still think you're a little bitch.
You need someone like that to keep you grounded, though. When you're surrounded by people that constantly lift you up and, like,
I had one as Sean Patrick Flannery.
fill your head with, like, you know, compliments and goodness. You need someone to keep you grounded. Like, nah, you're still a little bitch, but I love you. But he's probably done this a whole lot before. I don't think Norman has. So in a zombie apocalypse, what have we learned from this? You need a Flannery, not a Reedus.
It was wild to go on that episode with him back to his hometown.
This was my grade school. Oh, wow. How do you flunk first grade? All you do is listen to stories and eat crackers.
I had too many crackers and they failed me.
Stories and
I even filmed motorcycling through your neighborhood. It all comes full circle, huh?
That's mad. But I love hearing people's first impressions of each other like that. Like that Norman was like, oh my god, when he heard that Rooker was playing his brother. I love people's first opinions or first impressions.
to be an actor, which was super Rookerish.
I mean, this guy.
That's one place I want to go someday. I really want to visit Nick and Norman someday.
You know, I started walking.
I remember when that shit was opened.
It's the first castmate that I became good friends with, and we became really close.
It's important that we give back to you a piece that you gave us.
That's so cute.
We started this together, and how perfect that we ride from your hometown back to Georgia.
That's gorgeous. He looks like he's genuinely feeling it.
I can't even talk. I love it. I love it.
I feel like we found our rhythm with guests and with.
You could just keep doing this shit. Like, it's not the kind of show that you run out of content of, you know?
I think that's what makes it interesting.
Yeah. Oh.
Are we done yet?
He's such a child. But yeah, guys, that is it for this week's Ride with Norman. The link to my Patreon is down below where I do can't even speak. I do reactions to a whole bunch of different shows, so the links to those are down below. The link to my Twitter, my Instagram, and all the shit. If you want to talk to me or find me, the links are down below. I really enjoyed that one though. That was really nice.